Hi, my name is Fahad, and I'm the CEO and founder of Humane Tech. It's the company that has made and operates the Mohafiz life support system. Mohafiz is basically a private 911 for countries that don't have a 911 service. 5 years ago, I was in a completely different line of work. I used to sell weapons to the armed forces of Pakistan. But then terrorists went into a school and killed over 140 school children. And as a father, to me, that was unacceptable. It's not something that I could live with. It wasn't something that I could, stand. And I couldn't understand how the government could just stand by and let something like that happen, how things had gotten to that point. And when I started studying the system, I realized that the government was relying too much on its bureaucracy, and which is why the departments weren't working with one another to create a 911 service. And this had led to the formation of over 735 emergency helplines. Now, if you're in an emergency, how do you know which helpline to call? And to somebody living in the West, that's got to be unfathomable or unthinkable. But for Pakistan, it was quite normal. Everybody was working in silos and in isolation. So what we did was basically we went ahead and created a single platform where we linked all the players in this ecosystem to bring about a holistic life support system. And this is powered through a mobile application and we've also got a helpline that people can call into, and we help them through whatever emergency they're going through, day or night, across all 361 cities of Pakistan. We've had success with it. We've saved more than 8,000 lives so far. And we've also brought the system, evolved it to a point where we've also managed to take on our first three corporate customers, which the number we were going to go and increase, but then the COVID crisis hit, and that's temporarily been put on hold. But what we're doing is exciting. It's a challenge, but if we can do this in Pakistan, we can do it anywhere on the planet, because you have to remember one thing: 6 billion people on the planet do not have a 911 service. It's something that probably in the West people don't even think about. But in third world countries, it's a huge challenge, and we personally believe it's a challenge worth undertaking, because everybody deserves to have somebody come for them when they're going through a life threatening emergency. And this is why we're basically reaching out to Y Combinator. We've been looking at you for the longest time, and we finally feel that we're ready to be taken to the next step. And we believe that you're the people who can do that, because your insights, your connections, your linkages, all of that aside, you're the only ones we see who have the drive to fight, and you encourage fighters. And if there's one thing that we know how to do is fight, because we've been through some terrible times, but we've stuck around. And this is what we want to do, and we'd love to have you on the journey with us.